Good afternoon and welcome back to Living on a UK State Pension. My name's Tanya. I'm 69 years old and for the last year I have been living on my UK State Pension and saving my civil service pension, and I successfully completed that challenge. I'm now on period 1 of my first 4 weeks of my new financial year, to me, state pension. My financial year runs November to November. So, just want to do a brief introduction. Today's video, I have got some purchases, both groceries and clothing. That's all I'm going to say. I couldn't walk away from the bargain that was there. I could not walk away. So, that's coming up. Also, just a quick reminder, go on your Lidl app every day and open the Advent reward thing. You never know what you're going to get. The other day I opened mine, I got £5 off 40. I also had 15% off toys, so I thought, what is the best way I can use this to get the most out of it? So I went down and I bought some toys for a local charity. They're a charity that is sponsored by the council as well, and they vet the people that these things go to make sure that they are indeed in need. And I applaud that, because there's too many things, and I'll name the food banks as one of them, where too many people are allowed to go who aren't really in desperate need of the food. There should be a system where you have to show a card. And I understand that most food banks run that way. But I was so angry the other week when we did a litter pick about 200 yards away from the food bank and found tinned food being lobbed into the hedges. Why take it if you're not going to use it? Why take the products if you're not going to use them? That angered me a great deal. So now I'm very cautious about where our money goes, because without you, I wouldn't have this money to be able to donate to people. So I've purchased some toys for this charity. As I say, the people they go to have been vetted, so I don't mind. So I bought over £40 worth of toys and got 15% off. I also got £5 off 40, so I got my shopping relatively cheap. That was my bonus, so to speak. So that's how I used it up. So go on your rewards. Today I opened it up and I've got £5 off electrical goods. Yesterday's one was, the luxury crisps that they do. However, there was only 48 hours on that, so I've got to spend it by tomorrow. But it's 50% off the luxury bags of crisps. So I think that, if I recall, are they £1.99? The bags, so you're going to get them for £1. So, that might be worth a journey down there. I think I may walk down there. I am fed up getting wet today. I don't know how many times I've been wet, dried my hair, wet, dried my hair. And I had a hood on, but the way the wind is coming at you at the moment, while I think about it, I've obviously got a guardian angel sitting on my shoulder somewhere, and so has Bertie, because Friday evening we'd been for a walk late after tea, and no sooner got back in and the rain hammered at my patio doors, absolutely hammered, and the wind got up. I mean, it was windy when we went out, but it was hurricane level almost. And the next minute, someone posted on our local Facebook page, a tree had come down. It's only the tree at the bottom of my road that Bertie had been sniffing around less than an hour earlier. So, I mean, it was the branch that had come down, but it's such a mature tree. The branches are like that. So I'll show you some photos of it. I'll put them on screen so you can see. it's a very mature tree that they haven't been able to cut down. They had to leave it in place. They've built all the way around it, but the tree is still standing, but it's absolutely rotten inside. You can see why it's come down, but it could have killed somebody. It landed in the road. The other debris was on the footpath and underneath the tree. So we live to tell the tale, so to speak. Donations. Last month, I will say, it's October, which got paid in November, which is right. Always gets me flummoxed. I earned £431 exactly. So 64 is going to charity. £35 went on toys. So I'll suck up the pound. That's neither here nor there. So that's 30 left. £10 for cancer research that comes out my bank account every month. Done that as a yearly subscription. So that means £20 I've got to give to something else. I'm not sure yet, but as soon as I am, I will let you know. I will see if the pet food bank is at the Salvation Army on Friday, and I might give them £20 for Christmas. If not, I'll put £20 worth of pet food into the Lidl bin, because at least then I know it's people with pets going to get it from the food bank. So, but we'll see. It will definitely get spent. So, but I have to say a huge thank you to you all. I applaud you, because over the last year we have given just shy, and it is just shy, of £1,200 to charity, which I think is incredible. And that has been food, money, all sorts of things. You know, I've given time as well to some charities, and yeah, can't thank you enough for you supporting me, which then supports other people. And I'd like to think that between us we've made someone's day a little bit brighter because of what we've done, whether it be going to the food bank and picking some food up, or when I've donated to the CVS, that they've been able to train somebody, you know, to keep the garden going and things like that. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with the outcome from it all. So thank you very much for that. I think that's all I was going to say, and I'll be back towards the end of the week. Another busy week. I'm out at least 3 times this week. So 2 meals and an outing. So thanks for watching. Bye bye. I went into Lidl. I spent £7.18. I bought the dark chocolate while they had it there for 65p. I bought 2 quiches, which came to £3.98. They were for my Christmas party. I will put a picture on the screen. I had my Christmas party today, on 3rd of December, and I took quiche for the buffet. Caramel rice cakes, 89. And then we got the sweet potatoes that were on offer at 69, I believe, or was it 79? 89, it's got to be. 89 for the sweet potatoes. And for the butternut squash, I paid £1.06 for that. So it came to £7.18, and I'll put that in my book, and I'll have a tally up in a minute. Get this put away and I'll show you what's in it. The chocolate is going in the freezer with the other chocolate to stop me going after it. This is my worst time of year. When the weather changes, that's why I have to go back to basics with Slimming World, bulking out my meals with veg and thinking ahead everything I do. It's so easy, the slippery slope this time of year. In the freezer with that. Home Bargains. These have been a lifesaver on crisp bread or on rice cakes to help me out, because they are literally 23 calories each with some tomato and cucumber or bit beetroot on the top. Wonderful. £2.25 spent at home bargains. Over in Clacton, hygienist appointment, £70 down on that. And I went into Farm Foods. They were the last 2 tins of chickpeas. They only had expensive ones left. These ones are 3 for £1, but they only had 2. So they charged me 39p each for them. 2 for 78 I got them. The dates were 49. So they came to £2.45 because I got 5. I will put those in the back of the cupboard. And their coffee was down to 2 for £11, £5.50 each, which is brilliant. So I got 2. I know I've got loads. I've probably got 9 months worth now of coffee, but I don't need a lot of food this month. I really don't. My freezer is rammed, absolutely rammed. So I spent the total of £16 and 22p in Farm Foods. There we are. So I've put that in my book. And the very last was Marks and Spencer's. And I haven't got a lot to show you because 2 of the things are in the freezer. So I got 2 bananas, which cost 26p. I got these reduced lemon mousse, Count on Us lemon mousse. I've put 2 in the freezer straight away. 2 of these have gone in the freezer. 2 will stay in the fridge, and I shall have one maybe later this evening. I'm full after the buffet we've had, absolutely full. A kilo bag of cauliflower florets has gone in the freezer. That was £2. And 2 chicken legs. These ones, £1.50, 2 higher welfare chicken leg portions, and they're quite large. So 600 grams there for the pack. As I say, sometimes you get 3 in a pack, but sometimes you get 2 because they're bigger. And that was £5.38, but I had a £4 coupon, as you can see. It's taken me a long time to earn that £4 on my credit card. But there we are. So I only had £1.37 to pay. I don't know why it's taken a penny off for a produce bag. I haven't got a clue about that, but some of the random things these tills do these days. My total saving a penny. I don't know why. There we are. So this is actual jar number 7, the oldest one in there that I've just got out, because I am literally on the last dregs of this one. I've now spent a total of £51.45, which means I've got £35.33 left. The £4 and the £20.90, £4 of the £5.38, the £20.90 was not cash. They were both vouchers or the Asda Christmas card, Christmas savings card. So as I say, I've still got £35 left. I didn't tell you, Farm Foods, the cheese. Forgot all about it, £1.99. Thought I'd give it a try. I'm going to leave it in the fridge. It's got a good date on it, January, so it'll stay in the fridge. I've got no room in the freezer for it. I've still got half a block from the one I bought with my shopping, and I've still got a big piece of that left. So I've got half a block outside in the freezer and that piece, and I've still got half of my butter. Good afternoon. It is Saturday, the 6th of December, and I'm not long back from Lidl. I did aquasize, and then I went for coffee with a friend, and I went to Lidl. And I sat last night thinking what the best way was to get as much out of the £5 off 40 that I'd got on their advent calendar thing. And I realised that I'd also got 15% off toys. So it worked in my favour, because all the toys I've bought here are going to charity. I will tell you what I've earned at the end of the video in ad money. And I knew it was £35 I was given to charity, so I went down with that in mind. But because of the 15%, I actually spent over £40 on toys. I then get the £5 off the 40, and I bought my shopping, and I only had to pay £1.38 for it, because I asked the lady to stop it after the toys and give me a subtotal. And that was the subtotal, £34.28. So I owe 72p to a charity box, which I shall put in when I see it. But there's actually over £40 worth of toys here, because the way Lidl works it out, they take a percentage of the £5 off the 40 as well as the 15% off the toy itself. But I'll start with the food side of things. So I'm only allowing £1.45 in my book for the food. And let's start. Rice cakes, 89. Now these are the caramel ones I bought the other day, and they are lovely, absolutely lovely. They are so crunchy and really, really nice. To be honest, apart from the glucose fructose syrup, there is absolutely nothing that bad. There is nothing I can't say. And that's always the key, isn't it? When you can't pronounce a word, that's when there's something dodgy in there. So they were 89p each, so I got two, because as I say, they are lovely. I got 15% off my crisp bread, which brought them down. Oh God, you can't really tell because of the way they've done it. But anyway, they were £1.06, but I got percentage off for the £5, and I also got the 15% off. The stock cubes were 69 each. Some beef and chicken for the store cupboard because I'm low. I noticed their lettuce were down to 49p, so I got one. So I thought that was a bargain, and this is a really heavy one, so that'll do me right the way through Christmas now. The front of the store, 69p. On my store cupboard list was the rice, brown rice, £1.39, and the cheap bread again, which will do me another 2 weeks till I finish this 4-week period. That was 55p. So as I say, I'm only charging myself £1.45 because of the combination that I put together. We've both gained out of it. The charity have gained over £40 worth of toys, and I've gained some food out of it as well. So thank you everybody for watching me. So I've done my book so far, and my total spend is £52.90, which means I've got £34.10 left. Next was my Iceland pickup. Oh, sorry, I'll just run you through the toys, what I got. These are the Doodle scratch books, so you've got all sorts of things that you can do on them. So a bit girly, but they didn't have boy ones. I got a Jenga Grinch. I tried to go for wooden as much as possible. A cube puzzle for a 2+-year-old. The age-old shape sorter for a 1-year-old. some little games. I think these were all $3.99, $2.99, $1.99, $5.99 for the Grinch. These were $1.99. They're little games. Noughts and crosses on that one. And help Santa round up his reindeer and light the way in this fun counting colour and game. So there we are. So 2 to 4 players, 4 to 7 on this one, 4+ age group on that one. And some sing-along books. Oh, you've got to do something with this. I won't pull the tab out. There's a tab to start the battery working. And there's a tab on that one. But heads, shoulders, knees and toes, that one, and jingle bells on that one. And last but not least, because I always like crafty stuff, I got 2 clay sets where they can make various models. So the clay is split in the pots. You've got purple and black there, pink there, and you can make various things out of them. It's showing a whole range of things there, so... But I just thought it was quite a nice selection. The older stuff was quite expensive. It was all 7, 8, 14, 15 £. So I thought this way, at least there's quite a nice selection for some of the younger ones. These books will probably do for 7, 8, 9-year-olds. And clay would do for older children. So I'm really pleased with that. So thank you for watching me, and thank you for me being able to give these lovely things to charity. Now the local charity is asking for this, so I'll be dropping them off to the man's house sometime tomorrow. Yesterday morning, took Bertie for a walk. I drove into town, left him in the car briefly, round the corner, ran into Iceland, and because I'd been alerted on the Trolley app that they had got a lot of meat reduced. Now, even though their meat is more expensive per kilo than if I bought it from Asda, it's still cheaper, plus I could use the bonus on my card, because I haven't even used the bonus bit on my Iceland card yet. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 325-gram packs of lean minced steak mince for Bertie. It should have been £4. It was down to £2.69. So in the freezer, that made 4 times 325, gave me 1,300 grams, and £2.69. Apologies, the camera shut off. I also got a pack of 4 pork loin steaks. They should have been £4.25. I paid £2.82. And chicken breast fillets, skinless and boneless. There was 400 grams. And instead of £4.30, I paid £2.85. I have to say, the weight came up short in the chicken breast. It was chopped up and it came out at just under £3.90. But there was 2 of those sachet things in the bottom that soak up any blood, water type stuff that comes out. So, but all in all, I saved a total of £6.12 on the overall shop. And indeed, the mince does work out cheaper. So Bertie will have the chicken as well. So all together there, I got 12, 13, 14 meals for him. And I got some pork steaks to put in the freezer to make a casserole again, because I loved the first one I made. So definitely worth it. And I've still got £103.57 on my bonus card. So here we have the book. Don't include the 1643 because that was Iceland bonus card. £1.45 in Lidl. So I have £34.10 left. I've spent a total of £52.90. Disgraceful, my handwriting in the book. There we are. It's because I just jotted things down quickly while I remember. This is the Trolley app. I've been saying I'll show you. Sorry, life's been so hectic recently. But here we are. Google Store or iPhone Store, Apple Store, whatever you call it. Download trolley.co.uk, the app. And then when you open it, you've got a search bar across the top there where you can search the item that you need to look up. It's very good for big articles that you want to make sure you're going to get the absolute best price for. So once you get into it, you've got a search bar at the top. So I'm going to write, out of quickness, Kenko decaf. I want the 200 gram there. 200 gram jar. Oh, that's 100, sorry. Let me put 200 grams. There we are. Now, then you go down and it'll tell you which supermarket is the cheapest. It also takes into consideration whether you've got to use your card or not to get it at that cheap price. So Tesco's may have a dual pricing system, Asda may have a dual pricing system, Morrison's may have a dual pricing system. So it tells you whether you need to be a club member as well. So the most expensive is the Co-op there at £9. Makes you laugh that they've crossed out £6.70 and put £9, doesn't it? £6.50 with Nectar, you see there. So anyone else will pay £8.35, but £6.50 with Nectar, £7.75 in Tesco's, Amazon £6, and Asda £6. But of course, I got mine from Farm Foods for £5.50, which you can't moan at. Now, I used this a couple of weeks ago to find out who was the cheapest for celebrations, the sweets. So the 500 gram tub, and it was Asda. So £4.42. I believe Tesco's did have them for £3.76, but I'm not near a Tesco. So that was my alternative. I've only got a Morrison's and an Asda. So I headed straight for Asda to buy them. And last but not least, yesterday I headed out, or the day before, and I wanted to know how much Baileys are. The bottle of Baileys, 1 litre, because I have bought it for my husband. It's come out of the present money. 1 litre. So £10 at Asda, and that's exactly where I got it from. £14 at Morrison's, £14 Ocado, £22 at Sainsbury's, £10 with your club card at Tesco. If not, you're going to pay £22.50. There is a huge difference. This, I think, is brilliant for big items. When you're spending over £5 on something, I'm trying to think what else could I put in there now. Shall we put original? There we are. So, let me see what the biggest one is. Have I got a litre? Can I find a litre one? Litre. very liquid. Oh, 1015 mils. So just over a litre. £2.84 at Asda, £3 at Morrison's, £3 at Ocado, £3 at Savers, Sainsbury's £3, Iceland £3, Poundland £3. There we are. So Asda just pipping everybody else at the post again at £2.84 there. Very good, as I say, for looking up big items and named goods. Gordon's Gin. Let's try a litre bottle. £18.94 at Asda. Same on Amazon. Waitrose £19. Ocado £19.50. Tesco £19 if you use your club card. £24.50. Otherwise, £24.75 in Sainsbury's or £19 with your Nectar card. Very good app. There used to be one that I used years ago. You could put your whole shop in it and it'd tell you where to go to get it the cheapest. But it folded. And this is good, but it's good for big items. When you're spending 15, 10, 5 pound, you want to know where the cheapest is, because as you can see, it can be a difference of £1.50, £2 on one item alone. So I hope you use it to save you money. It's on the App Store, trolley.co.uk. When I went to the dentist on Wednesday, I called in at the factory outlet because I had this cardigan over here to pick up. I'm not paying £4 delivery cost at the moment. I'd ordered that online and I used one of the gift cards that I had for Christmas. I had some odds and sods gift cards left. This coat should have been, let's have a look, full price in the shop, £89. In the factory outlet, it was £59.50 and they put it down to £44.50. Now, when the lady walked past me, as I was modelling it, I had it on, she said to me, there's such good value with the 30% off, aren't they? And I said, well, they've got another 30% off. So she said, yes. So when I took it to the till, they did indeed have another 30% off, which gave me another £13.35 off the £44.50, bringing it down to £31.15. I paid £25 in gift cards that I had left. That's it, I'm out of gift cards apart from one in my drawer, and that's the one I bought to send to my friend and didn't send it because of the cost of the postage. And I think I paid, the balance, was it £6.50? Hold on. Yeah, I paid £6.15 in cash, gave her a tenner and she gave me £3.85 change. There we are. Absolute bargain for £31.50. It comes down to my, just under my calf. And I joked with my friend this morning when we had a coffee after Aquasize. I said, I feel like a sausage roll in it. I said, it's so snug and warm. It really is a lovely coat. I'm not buying anything else. But what a bargain. What an absolute bargain. This was my last gift card. I don't know about it yet. I'm still contemplating. Haven't even taken out of the wrapper yet. But the green actually goes with the green in that white stuff dress I bought. So I could wear this as a smart jacket type cardigan. And it was, although it says £36 on there, the other, when I ordered this about 10 days ago, they had 20% off all knitwear. So it was £28 something. I hate paying full price for anything. So I order stuff and delay delivery. £28.80, I believe it was. I've added the coat to my spending money because I paid £6.15 out of my spending money, which means I've spent £22.11. So I've got £19.91 left. £19.91 left to see me through 2 weeks. I've just made my lunch. I've got 2 rice cakes with a triangle, Laughing Cow light triangle split between the two, and some beetroot and tomato, salt and pepper. And I've got one of the caramel rice cakes with a scraping of my pure peanut butter on it and some banana, literally about an inch of banana mashed on the top. I've got my vitamin C drink, and I'm just about to open number 6 if I can find it. Where are you, number 6? Come in, number 6, or is it number 7? Number 7, sorry. I'm losing track of the days here. What have we got? We've got a dark blue one this time. Orange, there we are. That would be my mid-afternoon snack. I've got a few bits in the oven. Today's Sunday and I'm trying to catch up with as many things as possible. I'm out 2 or 3 times this week. So get this one up as soon as possible, and then we'll look to the end of the week for another video.